Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gray Bear Garage. My name is Matt. Today we're going to be working out here on the chicken coop, probably over the next couple of days over the weekend. So why we have added in this additional run, the racetrack's going wild tonight. Even though we've added in this additional run here, we want to be able to give the chickens a little more ranging area, so to speak. So we're going to be putting in a fence along the back of this coop, and then it'll go along the back towards this wall over here, and then we're going to go across the end of the coop down here. And then we'll put some netting in across the top, and that way the birds can be out all day long during the day, picking through the dirt and grass and everything else, and to give them a little more area to roam around, and kind of for the smaller chickens to get away from the bigger chickens, because the bigger chickens are kind of starting to peck on them. Actually, they kind of quit pecking on them, now they just chase them around all day. But we'll make mention here, my wife's got a channel for the chickens alone, and so we'll give you the channel name also, so you can check that out if you want, because she's going to be featuring the chickens, whereas I'll be doing more of this kind of stuff. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start trying to figure out our setup here. Alright guys, so we've got a couple of these green fence posts. One we're going to drive in right about here, and that'll go across to the coop and attach here so that we can still swing the door open all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and get a sledgehammer, and we'll drive this into the ground, and then we'll run our fence across, attach it to this side of our coop, and then we'll go to the other side. It's going to be a little more labor intensive down there, because we're actually going to put in some 4x4 posts, and we're going to build a gate. So we're going to build a gate out of scratch from all this scrap pallet wood I have. So we'll go ahead and get started on getting this into the ground. Alright guys, so we just hammered in that one pole right here. So now we're going to take our fencing, we're going to kind of get this to flatten out a little bit, finish unrolling it. Then I think we're just going to wire tie it there. Then we'll attach, we got that around the post. We'll attach that with some wire ties, and then we'll attach this end to the fence to this coop. Alright, so I've got my wire ties here, my little zip ties. We're just going to zip tie the fence in here.
And so I left a little extra around the bend here, so it'll push up nice and tight to the wall. The idea is to try to keep any kind of predators out. During the day, most we have around here is like cats, maybe some sort of bird of prey. But I don't see a lot of those around here, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. But that's what the netting's going to be for also, obviously, is to keep that birds from getting in here too, other than the chickens. So let's go on 7. It's still like 85 degrees out here. It's just, Florida's ridiculous. Just never cooled down. Never ever.
Alright, so now we got this nicely secured to the post with our wire ties. Now we're going to work on attaching the fence back to the coop. So before I go and get all that, here's the girls chilling out in the condo. Right, girls? Chick, chick. Yeah, chicky, chicky. So guys, what we did is cut some length off of this. So now it sits right up against the coop, and then we'll screw it in. We'll go ahead and get started on that. Oops. Okay, so as you can see, we've now got this screwed into the leg. So now we're towards the backyard. And we're going to take that wire fencing, attach it to the coop back there, run it along the backside of this one, come forward to this pole, and then come across to this pole. And then in between, I'm gonna build a door. That'll probably get done tomorrow, but I'm gonna try and run this fence tonight. So we'll set you guys up and you can come along for the journey. So what we need to do is roll this thing out, and then I gotta get this other green post and drive it in. Do what?
I don't have anywhere to put all this stuff now.
Sheriff's helicopter. Must be criminal on the run. Alright. So that'll run us around there. Get this out of the way. So now we need to roll this out, kind of do the way we did on the other side. Let's see how much we have here lengthwise. So go ahead and roll this out.
Stand on that end.
Yeah, probably. Don't let it come up 15 angles. Okay. So the idea here is to not cut this. Leave it one continuous piece until we get to the post that we're going to put here. This is going to be a 4x4 post. We're going to do a 24-inch wide door, and then that's how we'll get this all sealed up. Close to the fence. I'm building this thing. I need more.
Hold on. Do you need a flashlight or does that have a light?
Got a light. All right, so now we've got some light and see what we're doing here. Now we're going to attach the fence to this post. Right here.
Oh.
Can you pull that fence? Back.
Oh.
Pull it away from me. Gosh darn it. Find my other bit. This thing's just chewing them up. We ran the fence from that corner, but then we bumped it out here at the post because I don't know if you're gonna see it or not. Because there's a trap door right here. Yep. Just like that. And that lets us get the chickens when they decide they don't want to cooperate. So we need to be able to get back to that. So that's why we bumped it out right there. Now we're gonna continue on back to this post, and we'll wrap the fence around that. So
You could actually wire tie it on this pole to hold it back. Or you could put this like right there, maybe.
yeah, we could do it either way, really.
Like, if you did it like right there, it would probably hold it all the way back. I'm just thinking.
Well, yeah, that would actually probably work really well. Then we can take this back.
Or use it for something else. We haven't even started hanging the nets.
I know.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. So
I mean, and if we need to, we can get the metal ones that screw. You know what I mean? To go around.
well, this will work good. Shoot, we might only have to do the gate tomorrow. That'll be good.
And the netting.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy work.
We're gonna.
All right. So instead of just looking at my butt, let's take a look at what we did. So here you can see we've, let's see, get a good look up here. We wire tied the fence to that existing pole all the way down. Now the next step is I'm going to come across and put a 4x4 down and another one, and that'll create a threshold for us for our door build that we'll probably end up having to do tomorrow since it's getting kind of late. All right, guys, so now we've got our post hole diggers. We'll start digging our hole. So what we bought 8-foot 4x4s. So I think if we go down 2 feet, that'll give us plenty of depth, and then we can also That way you can make almost a 6 foot tall board. So.
See where we're at? A little bit more to go. All right. Another 6 inches. Take my measurements, see where we're at. Just a little bit more. Couple more bands will be there.
Hopefully we're there. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is grab the 4x4s and we'll take those and we'll mark 2 foot from the bottom so that we can kind of keep track of where we are in the hole. All right, so now we got our 2 foot measurement marked off. Put that in the hole. Get everything plumbed up and true. And we'll backfill the hole, kind of stamp it in a little bit. Maybe pour a little water in there to help settle the dirt. I am not going to use concrete in this hole. I don't really see the point or that it's necessary at all. Well, looks like we're about there. So now, what we want to do is get this thing backfilled, get it plumbed. Shovel is right there. If you want, you can take the shovel and just start backfilling this thing.
Ready for water?
Well, this in a little bit. Yeah, that's like spot on. Yeah, we're gonna pour a little water in here now. All right, so we'll let that settle in a little bit. So we got everything plumbed out nice. Actually, let's go ahead and show you. So here, let's see if we can see this or not. You can see that bubble. It's in between those lines. Let's go over here. We can see that bubble. I mean, close enough. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and dig for our second post. I think I'll shut off here and then we'll just dig it out and I'll come back when we start putting it in the ground because you've already seen me dig one hole. I don't think you really want to see me have to do two. We'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, now we have our second hole dug. We're gonna go ahead and mark our post out 2 feet like we did on the other one. Do a couple test drops. Then we'll get everything plumb and true, and we'll backfill. So we're right there on the money. So the next thing I want to do is take that board that we measured off of, kind of put it between here, make sure we've got the right distance, which is right here. I'd say we're there. So you want to go ahead and...
Where's the shovel?
It's pretty good. I'm looking here. Pretty good. Let's pour a little water in here and... Come on.
Come on. You know what?
Come on, Ghost Rider.
So I'm yelling tomorrow because I keep doing the outside water dish.
Well, at least they're having a good time. It's the weekend, right? I wouldn't mind having a beer myself.
I don't have my boots on, so I can't help you tamp it down.
Alright, let's check. Plumb again. That is... So, I probably could use cement if we were doing this as a long-term coop, but considering we've changed our coop design like 3 times now in the last, I don't know, couple months, I don't really think anything we do is a long-term thing. So now you can see we've got that in there. Throw this up in the light. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm trying to show you. And here we'll take a look at it too. We can see that bubble is in between those lines. All right, so now we've got our post set for our gate. We're going to go ahead and come across with this wire fence, and we're just going to go ahead and attach it right to here. We'll use a couple screws again, like we did on the other post. So then we'll go ahead and screw this all the way down, and then we'll work on this other side, connect that post to this post, and I think we'll call it a night. And then tomorrow, the cool thing is, we only got to go a little door.
And put the netting up.
Yeah, and put the netting. I'm just more excited because we're going to have to do the whole entire project.
Yeah, so I can sleep in.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we just gone like this. Yeah, work that out here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and snip this thing off. Right down the line here.
Basically 2 feet and 2 inches worth of this. So we should have enough room here. I think.
Need to stand on it.
I don't think so. Cool. Obviously that's more than 2 foot 2 inches, but gives me plenty of room to work with it. So next step, move this. We're gonna go against that wall, and that light is just terrible. Let's see if we can drag it out of the way. Move it over here. Okay. Hopefully that looks better. Well, we still got a bit of a glare, but you guys can at least see what we're doing here. So I want to take this end and kind of go behind this pole as much as I can, and maybe wrap it around just a little bit and then attach it here. So we're going to go ahead and get on that now. Okay, cool. So let's get a closer shot here. So you can see now we've got the fence attached to the post with some nylon wire ties, and then we'll get our screws and washers and come down that post, and then I think that's where we'll call it for the night. And then tomorrow we're going to build our door, kind of like a screen door basically, and we're going to use our, I think we'll end up using the hardware cloth to do that. So we'll go ahead and get this thing all set up now.
So, my wife has a new channel she just started. And why don't you tell me the name? It's Ronnie's Backyard Chickens. That's Ronnie, the Backyard Chickens. So, she's going to be doing like, maybe daily or every couple days, update on the chickens. We have 4 different age groups of chickens. So, she'll probably just be giving me updates on how they're growing up, what we're doing with them, maybe different products that we're using. You know, and we've gotten a lot of our information from YouTube. And so, where we can credit someone on something that we've learned from them, we'll definitely do that. Going a lot easier on this one. Maybe that's it.
All right, so now,
Is that it?
yeah, that's it. So now we'll just trim off the wire here. Right down the post, just like this. Okay, check that out. Not bad for what, maybe 2 hours of work so
Yep.
far? We're doing
Not
really
bad.
well. Cool. All right, so I think that's where we're going to stop it for the night, guys. Let me just back up here. I know the lights are kind of blinding, but now you can see we've got our 2 posts. We've got our fence on each side set up. We got our fence that goes around the back here. We left room for our roof access. And then back here, we have our other post and then our other wire here. So tomorrow we're going to build a door, and then we have black netting that'll go along the edge of that fence, the wire fence, up the top of the coop, and then over and down the wall, all the way up to here. So that's tomorrow's adventure. So guys, we'll be back. You won't notice it, except maybe it'll be light outside instead of dark, but we'll see you then.